Happy 2024 guys. It feels like it's been absolutely ages since I last spoke to you, so I was really excited to pick up the camera again and check in with you all. I hope you had a lovely break, whatever you did over the festive season. I'm definitely feeling a lot more refreshed now. I had a lot of downtime. I spent a lot of time with my family, probably more than I intended because my family live on the Isle of Arran, which is a Scottish island, and we've had a lot of storms over the festive season, so I ended up staying there a little bit longer than I intended, but it was really nice to do that. So yeah, but I'm happy to be back in our tiny home and yeah, start planning and getting things sorted for the new year. I love the new year energy. I personally love January. I know a lot of people really don't like January, but I love it. I think it's great because it's got that kind of fresh feeling, but it's still very much the depths of winter. I think that's maybe where some people go wrong. Well, not go wrong, but maybe find January quite hard, as they feel like they should be doing all of these things, all these new things. Now it's a new month, but I like to live seasonally, more so than like following a sort of man-made calendar, and it's the middle of winter, so I don't put myself under loads of pressure to be super active. Particularly in the Highlands, our winter goes like right up until April a lot of the time, and it's a particularly dreary day here today. We have rain and sleet and snow and gale force winds, and it's just, yes, very wintry day. So I thought I'd film a bit of a reset, a bit of a slow reset today. So I want to go and get some food. We've got like no food in the house, so that is a priority, so I'll take you along to do that. I want to do some cleaning and tidying and just bits that have kind of been left over the festive season, maybe a little bit of decluttering, and I also thought we could chat a little bit about how I plan for the new year and how I set intentions and why I choose intentions over goals. So yeah, that's going to be the vlog, and I hope you guys enjoy. I also have a wee announcement. I'm super excited to say that I have now launched my own membership over on my Substack. So Substack is somewhere where I do all my writing. I know that a lot of you have already joined me over there, and you've maybe signed up for my weekly newsletter, which is essentially a piece of writing or a blog that comes to you guys once a week on a Monday. There's quite a few reasons why I've done this, and I have written an article going into it, so I'll link that down below. But essentially I really wanted somewhere that I could foster a deeper relationship with my community. So I love being on YouTube, but there's quite a lot of us on here now, which is great. Obviously that's my job, so it's really great to continue growing, but I'm quite a private person. I know that doesn't really maybe come across considering I'm sharing my life online, but there's a lot of things I don't like to share, and I really wanted somewhere that I could share more and also go into more depth about certain topics, and it's basically somewhere that's like behind the scenes of my life. So on YouTube and on my sort of general Substack, things can come across a little bit curated. I wanted to have somewhere where I could go into a bit more detail about things that are really important to me and really how I've created this slow life. This membership is now going to be my #1 priority going forward, so it does mean that I might not be able to be as consistent on my YouTube. I am not coming off YouTube completely. I don't want to do that. I really enjoy posting on here, but I think to enable me to do what I want to do for my membership and to make sure it gets the priority that it deserves, I need to give myself a little bit of grace and realise that every week is quite demanding to get up a video every single week, and I might not be able to do that, and especially as I will be doing a little bit of that kind of content for my Substack as well. So Substack's evolved a lot in the last year. It's not just writing now, you can do videos. So I'll be able to do some like cozy video chats. I've called them my like tea time chats with them on there, and it just means that the weeks I'm doing that I might not be able to upload on YouTube as well, but I'm going to see how it goes. And also with my membership, I have things that I'm going to be doing, but I've tried not to be too prescriptive. So at the moment it's going to be continue to get writing. So you can still sign up to my Substack and not join my membership. So you can sign up completely for free and still get some of my writing. So all the information will be linked below if you want to do that and sort of just check out what I'm talking about. But my membership will essentially get access to everything. So some of that writing will now be just for my membership, and I will also be doing my monthly tea time chats with you guys, and I will be doing my what I've called my slow scroll. So every month I'll do a roundup of everything I've been enjoying, so that will be including, you know, books I'm reading, other Substacks articles I'm reading, what I'm wearing, my favourite recipes, and generally just sort of catch up and maybe have some videos and photos in there as well. And yeah, and it's also going to have a space where we can have a bit more one-to-one communication and a smaller chat. And there's just going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. I'm really excited about it, but I won't go on because I've got other things I want to be doing in this vlog. But yeah, I'll leave the link down below, so if you do want to check that out and come and join me for a cuppa, then I would love to have you. But now I think I'm going to brave it. The weather is not looking any better, so I think now or never we are going to go and get my food shop. So I'm just back from a food shop and thought I'd show you my wee haul, my kind of New Year food haul. Apologise for the lighting, the weather is just getting worse and worse. It's not a nice day today, so hopefully you can see everything okay. So where should we start? We'll start with the milks. I got 4 Oatly. Got the barista one because that was on deal in Tesco, and then 3 soy milk. I got 2 cans of beans, some red kidney beans, 2 tins of chickpeas, 2 chopped tomatoes, some butter beans, and some cannellini beans. And then I also want to be doing some more Nourish bowls. This is something I did more in the summer, which was primarily what I ate as my lunch through the summer, because obviously a lot of it consisted of salad, but I wanted to do some sort of winter versions of it, so I'm getting some tin stuff for that. So I've got some sweet corn, I got some olives. I decided to try this brand. I tend to just get the Tesco own olives, but they're not like, they're okay, but they're not super nice, and I think you do get what you pay for even with olives, so I'm intrigued to try these. And then I also got myself some beetroot. I just got the easy stuff in a jar rather than getting it raw, because I had some beetroot actually when I was at home, because I was making my mum a Nourish bowl, and beetroot I think is in season in the winter, and I'd forgotten how much I like it, so I really want to include that. And then of course I can't live without Marmite, and I was running very low, so I got myself some Marmite and a wee coconut, like creamed coconut. I have coconut milk as well. I've already got some tins in my pantry, but this is really good if you want to have the coconut flavour but it's slightly thicker. So I do this for my sweet potato and chickpea curry, because that can be quite watery, that curry, I find, but if you use this instead of coconut milk, it thickens it up nicer. And then kind of grains wise, I got some basmati rice, I got some oats, I got some bulgur wheat, and then I thought I'd try to get like a quick grain or something that I can create quickly for like my Nourish bowls. Give them in a pinch, it just means that I've got easy options. So I got this one because it's I think I've had it before, their lemon and coriander couscous, and it's really nice, and it's only 70p, so it's worth just having one in the pantry if I don't have time to cook up the bulgur wheat. And then I got some good budget spaghetti from Aldi, got some lemon juice. I just like to have this in the pantry. I find it easier to use sometimes with dressings rather than always using a fresh lemon. This is one of my favourite easy snacks, and it's often cheaper than like the Trek bars and the Naked bars and things like that, but it's still really yum. And then some more vegan dairy. I got just the Violife Epic Mature, or just Epic now I think it's called. That's probably my favourite. Actually, that's not true. I think my favourite supermarket cheese is the Cathedral one, but I can't get that in my local Tesco, which is a bit annoying, but I think it's slightly more expensive, so I do tend to go to the Violife. And then I got the Outpro vanilla yogurt. I've really been enjoying having Weetabix as a snack with yogurt, and then I put on like pecans and raisins, a little bit of maple syrup, and it's a really nice snack. And I really like the vanilla one actually. I've not tried that till recently, but it's really yum. Just got one more baguette. I've already got a couple of baguettes of garlic bread in the freezer, but it's worth having plenty. And this one from Tesco is really cheap, and it's actually accidentally vegan, so it's good to have. I got some apples. They didn't have any loose ones unfortunately in stock, but I did manage to get some loose bananas. And then some lemons. I always have these because I have lemon and hot water first thing in the morning, and a lime because I've got a stew recipe that I think needs a lime this week. I got, I think, 5 normal potatoes and then a couple of sweet potatoes. Got lots of onions because I don't have any in my pantry at the moment, so lots of brown ones, and then one red onion that I do use for a certain stew that I like. This is why I like to get my vegetables from Tesco rather than Aldi, because there's a lot more plastic free. My brain went dead. Plastic free options. So I got some carrots and some courgette as well from Tesco. These tomatoes, these are the kind of the posh Aldi's tomatoes. I'm trying to shop more in season, but there were a couple of things I got for certain recipes this week, but I tried to shop in season where I can, but in the winter obviously there's certain things that you can't shop in season, and I do like to have some tomatoes occasionally. I got some spinach. I was going to get some kale, but they didn't have any organic kale, and I do try and get my kale and spinach organic because I really think it makes a difference with the taste. Got a really nice looking cauliflower and a broccoli, a couple of garlic cloves and some asparagus. I haven't probably had asparagus since the summer because it's very much not in season now, but I do a pesto and asparagus and lemon risotto that's really nice, and I've been craving it recently, so I thought I would treat myself to some of this. And I think that's everything. I didn't get any sweet stuff. I don't tend to buy much sweet stuff, but I also would still have loads of like chocolate left over from Christmas time, so I didn't feel like I needed any more. And I think all of this cost me about £60, so that's not bad. I tend to have a rough weekly budget of £50 for food for 1 to 2 people, so this is some of it's just for me, some of it I cook with for my partner. So yeah, considering this was quite a big shop because I've had nothing in, then I'm quite pleased with that. Now I just need to put all of this away. Over the last couple of years, I've decided to set myself intentions around the new year. So I used to try and set myself goals, but I prefer setting myself intentions because that's basically how I describe how I'm planning how I want to live as opposed to what I want to achieve. I find it's a bit more of a mindful way of planning, and I also don't put pressure on myself. You know, every new year is very different. Although I do love the energy of new year, I do like to reflect on my life and what I'd like to improve. You know, some new years it's been very minimal. I've not really set myself many intentions or goals. But yeah, I think it's a really nice thing to do because it sets you up for the year. So I thought I would run through the ones that I've decided for this year. And if you want any help in planning, and specifically planning a slow life, maybe you want a slower 2024, more mindful year, then just a reminder, I do sell planners. I sell Notion templates on my Etsy store, and I know I've had a little flurry of people buying my Slow Living Planner, which I've updated for 2024. If you bought it last year, don't worry, it's just the dates really that have changed, nothing significant, so it still functions just as it did. But yeah, I've had some wonderful reviews on that planner, on all my planners, and that one is by far still my bestseller, so I'll link that down below. You can always find my Etsy shop there if you want to take a wee look. So I've set myself 5 intentions this year. 3 to 5 is kind of roughly what I like to do. I think beyond 5 is maybe a bit much, and I've not really put them in order, but I think the first one in particular is probably one of the most important ones, the one I'm really going to focus on this year, and that is to spend minimum, ideally, of an hour outside every day. Spending time outside is probably my number one when it comes to self-care. It's great for my physical health, obviously, when I'm out and about walking, but it's also fantastic for my mental health, and it keeps me really grounded. It helps me connect with nature, and it also inspires my creativity. And as I have a creative career, that's very, very important. And obviously it's very important for our dog Sky as well. And I just think sometimes I can, although I do tend to spend probably about an hour most days outside, occasionally I put it down the to-do list too much, and I've been aware of that, particularly in the winter. Sometimes you're like, oh, do I want to go outside? Even though I actually really like rain and cold. It's just something that I know now, this year, if it comes to like a choice between the two, I'm always going to prioritise spending time outside. So that's really nice to have as my first intention. And the rest aren't in any kind of order. Another one is to have fun moving my body. So I've been pretty consistent. I'm really proud of myself. Last year I've been really quite consistent with my exercise, and I think that's come with finding exercise that I genuinely enjoy. Both the type of exercise and the kind of day I like to do it. I'm very much a morning exercise person. At the moment I'm getting up and doing it pretty much straight away. I changed my routine through the year, as I've mentioned in previous videos, because I do like to respond to the seasons, but I've really enjoyed it, and I really actually enjoyed doing a little bit more HIIT workouts. I do all my workouts from home. I did join the gym for a wee while, but found I didn't really use the actual gym. I just kind of took my mat and did my own workout, which is fine, and I was happy to pay for a wee while because it got me really motivated, but now I'm just doing it from home, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So I just want to continue to have fun with it. And then I've got an intention around food. So just to continue really having a whole food plant-based diet. Obviously I'm vegan and I do like to make a lot of my food from scratch, but I really want to maybe push myself a little bit more this year when it comes to my food shopping, and try and see if I can make it a little bit more sustainable. So that's stuff like trying to get some more fruits and veggies from the farm shop when I'm able to, maybe getting some of my grocery shopping or pantry shopping online in places like the Vegan Kind supermarket or Ethical Superstore. So yeah, it's not wildly different, and that's the thing with these intentions. I don't want to set 5 things that are completely new, because that's just unrealistic. It's looking at the things that are important in my life, looking at my values and seeing what I want to continue, what I want to maybe change a wee bit. It's more like tweaking rather than like setting myself up for something that could be quite hard work. And then another one is about prioritising my creativity and fostering that. And as much as I do a lot of creative work obviously in my job, which is fantastic, specifically looking at doing it in my personal life and in my own time and being creative for just creative sake. And the main way I'm going to try doing that this year is through journaling. I've been watching a lot of YouTube and got very inspired by all the different types of journaling you can do, like reading journals, art journals, that kind of thing. So I'm actually going to be chatting to my members. It's going to be my first Tea Time chat in January. I'm going to shoot a wee video about my journal, what I've been doing, why I'm doing it differently to maybe a lot of people on the internet, and what I'm planning to do for the rest of the year, because I've been really excited about it and it's something I really want to share with you guys. And then finally is my last intention is to find balance and enjoyment in work. Again, this is something that I feel, you know, pretty good at. Last year was my first year being self-employed. It wasn't even a full year. I went self-employed in August. So coming into this year I feel a lot more prepared for what being self-employed really means, and it's been a bit of a learning curve, but I am getting better at prioritising my personal life, my self-care, and realising that's just as important, if not more important, than work. So it's continuing to just bear that in mind, you know, making sure that I'm still having fun with my work, enjoying it, and being balanced. And then I picked a word of the year. I've not actually done that in the last couple of years. I don't know why. I always do a word of the month, because in my Slow Living Planner, my Notion template that I also use, I always pick a word for the month, and I'll continue doing that because it's actually quite a mindful, intentional thing to do. But I thought I could have an all-encompassing word for the year. So for 2024, that word is joy, and that's just encouraging me to seek out things that make me smile and warm my heart this year, because I'm very aware that, you know, life can be very short. We had a little bit of tough times with my family last year. Nothing, you know, too bad. Everyone's okay now. I'm coming out the other end. But it just made me remember the importance of enjoying life. So that's going to be my word for 2024, which I think is really nice. Let me know what any of your intentions are or any of your goals for this year. I would love to hear about them. And remember, if you do want to check out my Substack, either sign up for free or maybe even look at joining my membership, then I'll leave all the information down below. So that's it, guys. That's the first vlog of 2024 done. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you next time.